I'd like to think that we're, not just myself, but we're a team that are prepared to take risks, to win games of cricket. We expected that first hour to be tough, but we knew if we can get through that, our assessment of the pitch, that it would speed up. And as you saw today, it was very, very hard to bat. And we felt just bowling at the Indians, it would be harder for them if there was pace and bounce. It did surprise me a little bit on the first morning, the pace the wicket had. That's not something I've seen on Newlands on day one. So that's what's made it a little bit trickier, that first hour. Normally you get movement, but it was slow. But once again, to give the groundsman credit, we asked for a pitch that had pace and bounce and a little bit of seam movement. And I think that was a great game contest between bat and bowl. So I think India will be the first to say as well that it wasn't a ridiculously sporting wicket. Once you got in on that wicket, there were some opportunities to score. This morning for us was really tough. I think that was probably the hardest time to bat in the test match, with the covers being on for 2 days. And they bowled really well. But especially the bowlers today, they bowled on a pretty good wicket. The way they got wickets, and especially Vern, was an amazing effort. I honestly did. When I saw the names that came over, and you almost look at what they will offer in these conditions, and they've got also variety in their attack. They've got guys that will seam the ball around. They've got guys that swing the ball around, and then they've also got a bit of pace. So it's very similar to our attack. So not surprised. We wanted the wicket to be a little bit like that. So we expected the wicket to be a bit more of a bowler-friendly conditions. And you just needed one or two guys to step up and score some runs. So we did that, fortunately, in the first innings. And I even felt one of myself or AB or Quinton could have pushed through and get a 80 plus to put an even bigger total. But we know that the Indian team's got very good seamers. We back ourselves on challenging conditions just to try and be a little bit smart when we bat and try and just get a little bit more. I feel incredibly bad for Dale. I know, obviously going through injuries myself, it takes a lot of time and effort to try and get back. And Dale worked for a year. He was challenged through periods where he started and then got injured again and started and got injured again. So it was great to see Dale, like he didn't go anywhere, he's back to his best. Standing at slip, we felt like he could nick guys off at any time. So you were just happy to see Dale staying back on the park, and it's a huge setback for him. Luckily it's not his shoulder again. Obviously a foot or the injury that he has is something that you probably can get over a lot quicker, and we're looking forward to bringing him back into the fold when he's fit again. I was nervous. I knew that the new ball was going to be key for us, and if you could get wickets with a new ball, that we feel that we can get through their batting lineup. Obviously they've got a few quality players in there, but there is, once you can put a bit of pressure on them, I thought we can get through them. But definitely I was very nervous. I came here this morning hoping to get 350 lead and bowl to them tonight, so obviously that didn't go to plan. But we've got fantastic seam bowlers, and if there's anything in the wicket, him, Vernon, the guy next to me, and the other two guys are amazing. And if we had Dale there today, I reckon we would have rolled them out cheaper. I agree with it completely. As I said, it's not like I scored 200s in this game and it's one of my favourite games of cricket, because there was this flow the whole time. Then India's on top, then South Africa's on top, then they're taking the game to us, and then we're taking it back to them. So just the advert for Test cricket, that's as good as it gets. It was exciting. As I said, the fans had their full value of money because it was entertainment right through. There was no boring Test cricket. There was a lot of action, and that's why we absolutely love this Test match. And even if I lost this game, I would have been very disappointed, but the way this game was played was remarkable.